Alright, what's up guys? I'm back with another video today. Let me get that lighting. Ooh, and someone's blowing their leaves. But anyways, today, let me get away from that. We are installing these aluminum dropped one bushing collars. These bushing collars for the rear subframe from Z1, and just gonna tell you guys the install. It's not too hard, but the point of these bushings are basically to help you in the long run if you don't feel like changing out your bushings, because these are basically you keep your rubber bushings and then you add a solid bushing kind of, so it's more long lasting. But this just helps in the long run, but I mean eventually you're still gonna have to change your bushings. But this is gonna help a lot. The subframe is, you know, pretty important. I just did my subframe bushings, not bushings, my differential bushings. Like that's another important key. You know, the point of doing the bushings for the subframe is just to keep your basically suspension and the chassis of the car symmetrical, and it's supposed to help in, like, you know, if you're doing a dig or if you're, you know, hitting hard turns, it's gonna keep your chassis really on point with the suspension, and you know it'll last longer and basically just cause less wear and tear in the long run. And as well, I'm installing this what is this, the brace for the subframe here, because if you see here, this thing's literally gonna snap in half, and I got it from a junkyard for the low, so I'm just gonna change it. But that's what you guys are gonna have to do. So for starters, you're gonna jack up your car, drop your exhaust, or if where the sway bar is at, you could take off the exhaust. Of mine, I have to take it off from over there because it's some stupid steel and cap back that's all put together. But anyways, after you drop the exhaust, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna have to drop this. I heard you don't have to, but I think you have to, and with that you need to put the jack right here to hold it up. So it's 19, so you're gonna boom 19 here, 19 there, and I believe right here is a 10, and then there's 2 bolts right here, and I believe those might be 12s or 14s, and then back here there's another 19, and then another 19, and then those are the 19s, and then these 2 over here, these 2 bolts, and then those 2 bolts, and that holds up the subframe initially. So you're gonna want to hold the subframe from right here, and the best thing to do is, these threads are pretty long, so what you want to do is just break it and loosen it to where the threads are pretty low, especially on those over there, the 2 back ones. This, you're gonna definitely have to drop this bad boy, and that should help. And then do it like symmetrically, so it can all come down evenly. So, you know, break this and then break that one and then break that one and then break this one, and slowly just loosen them like, you know, like a star, so the subframe drops symmetrically. And as well, you're gonna need some lubricant to put these collars in. So let's get right into this. And so what you're gonna need is a 19, 14, 10, and I believe 12. I definitely recommend a breaker bar if you don't have a torque gun, or a gun with above like 50 foot-pounds of torque. They break it. But anyways, let's get into it. Alright, once I broke these all loose, you know, boom boom boom, those 19s and those 2 14s, and then I put the jack here, and I'm just gonna slowly just hit them as like a star, boom 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 boom. And mine's a little rusted, so I just hit these studs with PB blaster, so it could just be a little bit easier. So that helps you out as well. And I know for a fact you guys have to take off your wheels to reach the back part of the subframe. All right, so I'm gonna just slowly lower this. All right guys, so you definitely want to break these first before even doing this one. These are 14s, like I said. You could use an impact gun or a gun, but that's a good chance it might, you know, I've had it multiple times where I use an impact gun or a gun and it just snaps. So I'd break these, like I said, break these with a breaker bar or something as best as you can, and these with the, you know, 1/2 inch if you can as well, maybe a breaker bar. Slap that in there, just break them loose, or break it loose with a breaker bar and use these, and then try to use a gun, but do these first. You could take them fully off if you want, and then loosen this one all the way to the bottom. I've already hit all 3 besides these, so this is the last one. Take off your wheel. All right, I'm gonna lower these. Mine's already sitting on the front subframe, and then I'm gonna get to taking off the rear brace because there's 2 more bolts right there, and I'll show you guys where they're at. All right guys, so I took out these bolts. If you can see it, it looks a little bit lower now. Mine are pretty rusted, and mine wouldn't fully go out with the gun. It went out partially, so I just had to do it with the ratchet basically because I didn't want to break anything. But anyways, there's a bolt here. Mine broke off the one, literally the one I took out of the junkyard. That one broke too, so I don't even think this matters. But if you can see in here, there's 2 right there, 14s. Break those loose, and this thing should drop. And then from there, we can start putting in the collars. All right, guys, so we have the collars right here, B, E, and C. When you buy this, it comes with a manual. I'll link it down if I can. I think it's like a PDF. But anyways, so this goes in the rear, B, B, E, and these goes in like the front area. So these go together and those go in the separate one. So on that manual, which I'll look at it right now, there it tells you where goes where, but obviously I'm going to show y'all. But there is torque specs to these, and I will let you know once I start bolting up everything. But it's just literally just got to put these in. You are going to want to get some lubricant of any kind. I'm using ZEP penetration. You want to lube up these, and definitely you're going to want to need a mallet. But I took these off, and I think I said these were 14s. They're actually 12s. And look at how bad, look at how nice this one is. Like, you see how like the frame is not even messed up. And look at this one, like something ate through it, bro. This thing was donezo. Alright guys, so I'm putting B in. If you can see, it's right there. And then at the top of it, I know I said E and B go together, but like I said, gotta read instructions, and I read it again. It's C. And on C, you're gonna put it on top of here, and you see this little like washer. You just have to push that up, and you're gonna put this collar in there, and this collar is gonna be facing this way. And so E is for the back. So I'm gonna try to push these in. You use a lot of penetration lubricant because this is gonna be difficult. And yeah, take your time. It doesn't need to be fully in. If you could bolt up everything and, you know, put it back up, it'll press itself back in. So it should be good. Let me just get the C and B in, and then we'll go on E. So here is the other bush or collar where it's going to go. It's a tight fit. So if you need to lower this more, go for it. But with this, like I said, it's better to take off the wheel so you can easily get in there. Make sure you're looping everything up. Look, so see, I got the B. The B, I'm struggling to get the B in, but the C, I got it partially in, so that'll get pressed in when I jack it up. So I'm good on both sides. So I'm gonna get the E in, and after that, you want to try to get that set it in, which I'm gonna try to do next. But you could start bolting everything up, and once I got these in, I will start putting them up, and I will give the torque specs. So I don't know if this is gonna help anyone, but I was struggling to push it down. So I used a pry bar, and I literally just used my leverage. And if you can see, I just stuck it in there and just pushed it down, and it easily set it in. So I'm gonna try that with this one here and see if that helps. And it seems like it does. So I'm gonna just keep prying it in. But after that, we're gonna just bolt it up. But pry bar, definitely a big help. We're under the car. All right, so I bolted up everything. Just lifted it all up. And when I was doing this, the B was struggling to go up, but I realized the subframe was a little low, so I started hiring it from over there. And this was popping up a bit. So if you could, you know, if you're struggling to get it in, you could jack this up higher, because I put it a little too low. But anyways, I just basically tightened it from, you know, either corner I could do, and it went up a bit and it helped me. And then I was able to get, you know, that one, and then I jacked it up from this side to get that one, and I did it all good. But now you got to torque it down. The 4 of these long 19s, that is 81 foot-pounds, and all the little ones are the 14s back there, and even the 25s to the brace right here are 21 foot-pounds. So it says that in the directions. So I'm just gonna make sure you use a proper torque wrench. But I'm gonna hit all these, and then yeah, that should be done. And after that, you should just be able to put back on your exhaust, which mine is a whole mission. But hopefully, I hope you guys enjoyed this. It wasn't too hard at all. You know, it's pretty easy. You just gotta be careful when lowering the car and stuff. But I'm already gonna do the first torque. And make sure you guys hear that click as well. When you guys raise it up, make sure everything is like flat from the, because you don't want to raise it up and then everything's not setting right, like the collars. So make sure they're flat and stuff. But 81 right there, baby. And then hit it on that side like a star, so it's going evenly. But hopefully that wasn't too hard. It's not that hard. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Pretty soon I'm gonna start coming out with you know, actual car content. I'll go to record the meets, and like I'll just do POVs of driving. Pretty soon I have test pipes. Pretty soon I'll install those and I'll just show a video. They're not too hard, but you know, if you're, most of the time, that's a lie, they are hard because there's demon bolts. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. If not, it is what it is. Yeah guys, I'll link everything down below that I can, from the items to, you know, the torque specs to yada yada. But lights.